What we got on there? GMT?
No, a little rolly.
Oh,
Yeah, Yachtmaster.
Yeah, is that?
Yeah.
Are we matching?
My God! It's the Batman.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Oh my God! This
Different
is,
bracelet, but still.
Yes. This is actually I just got this for Christmas. This is the new thing. Okay. You don't want to show us yours?
I don't have one.
No watch. No watch is a good look.
I'm not.
No
a
watch
guy.
is a good look.
It's a good look. You
know what's a better look?
What?
Batman.
Yeah, I know Batman's pretty fucking cool. I'm trying to make it not feel bad.
I'm not in the cool kid club.
No, it's
That's
okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I needed the Batman.
So you know what? We're just gonna.
I'm
start.
sorry. I didn't mean
don't
to.
worry about it. We're just gonna start.
Yeah, you shouldn't have invited me.
No, I'm glad you're here, Sam. Thanks for joining us, man. I'm glad you're part of the team. We're part of the SiriusXM family together. And we're here with Sonya Deville. And Sonya, I know you were on our show once before over the phone, but it's great to finally meet you in person.
I like it better in person. It feels a little bit more like we're connected.
Yes.
And I can really tell you're from New Jersey when we're this close.
And also
Is it the smell?
More like,
I'm asking. I'm not saying. I'm asking.
That was rude.
Yeah.
No, that's
I
not only
have.
rude.
like mannerisms.
And but Sonya, and you know this because you're Jersey. People like Sam, who are from New York, they're elitist. Like they feel like, and listen, there's people that are part of the WWE team, like Corey Graves, that says in the shadows of New York City, New Jersey. New Jersey is the most wonderful state in our great country. That's my opinion.
Think people understand why it's called the Garden State.
Yes.
Like we have beautiful farmlands.
Yeah.
I grew up on a blueberry farm, cow town. Like,
did you really grow up on a blueberry farm?
well, like later in life, yeah. But my dad did have a blueberry farm.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, like it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's not all city.
It's just weird because you spent a lot of time in Los Angeles, so you would think if like New Jersey was so great, why would you need to be in Los Angeles all the time?
There's different opportunities out on the West Coast.
Yeah, like when you're living, like I live in Vernon, New Jersey, on the mountains of Vernon, nobody's going to come up to you and give you an opportunity to do something. That just doesn't happen.
You know how many successful people are from New Jersey? Like celebrities and like there's a lot of good people that came out of Jersey.
And I've heard like, there's very wealthy areas. Doesn't like Chris Rock own a home, Jay-Z owns a home.
There's
all these
beautiful
very successful
parts of Jersey.
Yeah. No, I haven't been exposed to them. That's all. It's just my life experience.
Because you know why?
Yeah.
I think
I live
you
in
only
Westchester.
know the airports.
Westchester.
Westchester.
I do like Westchester.
What's not to like?
It's cool.
It's the best Chester.
Anyway, Sonya, killing it on SmackDown. Great seeing you on Raw 30 this past Monday.
Thank you.
You talk about the viewership. Great show. Awesome 3 hours. What was it like being a part of that show on Monday?
It was incredible. I mean, I love being in company of legends and legends to be, and I felt like, I belonged there. So I had to show up and make a little appearance, let Charlotte Flair know that I was on her coattails and ready to take that title from her.
Yeah, it's been kind of amazing watching you over the last few weeks because Charlotte kind of shocks the world by returning and throwing everything on its head and becoming the women's champion once again immediately. And you just stepped right up. Like just to say, like, we're not waiting. This is the time. When did was this an opportunity that you were just waiting for? Did you resent that Charlotte came in and just decided to take it for herself right away? What motivated that?
Well, I've had my eye on the title for a long time now, but I think it's been a process and an evolution getting to where I am right now. I was GM for a long time. I acquired a lot of knowledge in that time, did a lot of homework, so to speak, on a lot of superstars. And the second that the title went on Charlotte, I knew that I wanted to go toe-to-toe with her. She's always had something that I've found to be admirable in some senses, but I also think that there's a bit of smoke and mirrors to Charlotte Flair. And I think that if anyone can poke through and make those holes, I think it's Sonya Deville.
Well, that's interesting because, and I've said this on Busted Open many times, I think Charlotte Flair is the best. Like, she's the greatest. I really do feel that way. When you look at what she's able to do in the ring, but everybody has somebody when they go toe-to-toe with a certain person has that advantage. And you feel like you have that advantage over Charlotte.
I do, and that's exactly what I was just saying before, is I do think Charlotte is one of the best to ever do it, 100%. That's why when she got the title, it meant so much to me, because now not only am I going after the championship, but it is something a little bit more personal because Charlotte Flair is the person to beat. She is the pinnacle, in my opinion, of the women's division right now, and she's the person to beat. So my admiration also mixed with my disdain is why I think I'm the perfect person to throw her off her toes.
Right. Not only do you want to be the women's champion, but you want to beat the person who people like Dave are saying is the best.
100%.
Implying better than you, which is kind of rude.
Right.
I think.
I don't know
that I would have phrased it that way.
I don't think it's rude.
I wouldn't.
No, but you have to take it into consideration. The amount of reigns, who's reigning champion right now.
True.
Like, you have to take that into consideration. Though, I will say this. You talked about the GM role that you had, and I thought you did a wonderful job as GM. We saw a different side of you while you were GM, but I did want to see you back in the ring. Did you feel that way, too? Like, was there something missing in that GM role where you weren't able to compete?
Yeah, I took a lot of pride in the GM role because I think it's really cool that position that not a lot of women have been able to explore. I think it was like Stephanie, Paige, and myself in recent years. So it was really cool, and I took a lot of pride in that role, and it allowed me to develop a whole different side of Sonya that I didn't know existed. But at the end of the day, I'm a fighter, right? I started a fighter, and I'll end here a fighter. So that kind of urge and itch inside me never went away. So all those months that I sat there doing that, being in these segments with the other women, being in the title picture, but as an official and not as a competitor, was really hard to do. The segment I was in with Charlotte and Becky, where I'm standing there holding the title for the two of them, I'm like, I should be in this title picture. I want to be back in that title picture. And so I think it was a year long of just waiting to get full circle back to where I belong.
Do you think, and I'm glad you brought that up because I was thinking about that era as well. Do you think that people forgot that you were that level of competitor? Because I think you gained a lot of new fans who loved your performance as the GM, that you came out and you did it and people were like, oh, this is going to be entertaining, right? But people may have forgotten, like, oh, I forgot she's a competitor. She's a beast. Like, she came into this world from MMA. Like, this is what she does. Do you think that people forgot to consider that part of you?
I think it's like, it's such a double-edged sword, right? Because when I was the badass MMA fighter, I don't think people thought I had the ability to speak and explore the mic the way that I have in recent years. So I've gained that respect on that facet, and then they forget about the MMA. So it's like, you can only get one or the other, and I feel like now I'm falling into a groove where I'm able to kind of show them that I can do it all. I am well-rounded. I can sit there and make my opponents feel terrible about themselves and want to go cry to their moms. But I also
and you like that.
Yeah, I love it.
But I think a lot of people, myself included at times, forget about your MMA background because you're so good at what you're doing right now. Because you shine so much, people probably forget your past. And I think that's a compliment more than anything else. Because the transition for you was almost seamless.
Thank you. Well, you know what? A really important thing to me when Ronda and Shayna got signed was, okay, now there's a lot of us that come from, because I was the first female to come from MMA into the WWE. But once they got signed, I was like, okay, it's not like the cool thing anymore, right? There's a bunch of us, and those girls are so badass. So I really took a lot of pride in trying to differentiate myself and add depth to my characters so I wasn't just the fighter. I didn't want to be defined by any one thing and be one-dimensional, and God forbid if that didn't work out or there's too many of us, then I would be left without a spot. So when I started developing the Sonya character in storylines in the past with other superstars and the Sonya you see now, I enjoyed doing that because I knew that it meant I was giving myself more depth and more places to go with it.
When do you think it really clicked in for you, right? Because, like, you're one of the rare cases that if fans want to, they can go on to Peacock or whatever or YouTube and literally follow your entire career. They can see you in Tough Enough as somebody who, like, didn't know quite what to make of anything. It was your first time experiencing this whole world to now,
right? When
you're as comfortable as anybody that I've seen, you know, in the ring in front of an arena or stadium full of people. When do you think it that moment clicked in where you were like, yeah, I'm prepared to call myself the best at this?
I think the greatest I've ever been is the most recent, the last couple months. I've really been falling back into my groove. But every single storyline that I've been a part of and every single character evolution that I've had has played a part in that. So it's like, right now is my time. Right now is where I think Sonya Deville thrives, where I thrive and feel comfortable. I mean, I feel comfortable every time I go out there. It's not an act. It really, truly is comfortable to me because I've been here for 7.5 years, and I've gotten to try so many different things, and I've been put in storylines with so many different people. Working with Dolph 2 years ago was so cool, and learning from him, and just being thrown in there with so many different characters. And the GM role for sure helped me kind of level up my confidence on the mic, because it was like I was getting these segments back to back every week, 5-6 segments a week. So it just gave me those reps that I needed. And now I'm getting the reps back in the ring that I really have needed since I was out of the ring for almost 2 years. So it's like right now I feel like is my time.
Sonya, for you, people dislike the character that they see on SmackDown every Friday night. But yet, if you read social media, they love you as a person. How do you work that balance between what they see on TV and who you really are?
I'm not doing my job unless they hate me. Like, I love being hated.
He goes back to wanting people to go home and cry to their mothers. Like, this is what you like to do. This is your passion.
Do. It's my passion.
So does it bother you that people like you so much off their screen?
No, because I feel like the fans know. Like, they know when Sonya comes out, they're booing the crap out of me, and it's undeniable. And it's because of what I say and do on the mic. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't like me in that moment, I feel like. But then if you flip over to my Instagram and you find some of that relatable and likable, then amazing. Follow my story, my journey. But I think they understand that Sonya is a character and she's super hateable. And whether you suspend your belief for a moment or not, like, I think no matter what, you believe it when I say it on TV.
See, but now after talking to you and knowing how much you have those Jersey roots, it's impossible for me now to root against you. See, Sam?
Yeah, I get it.
I'm very conflicted in this.
Come on.
I get it. Especially since literally in this interview you said somebody else was the best. But go ahead.
I did.
He did.
I did. But you're very busy.
Awkward.
Royal Rumble. Enjoy the moments.
Thank you.
But I know you're very busy. But thank you so much for the time. We truly
and nice
appreciate
watch.
it.
Thank you.
Nice watch.
Can you believe?
Look at that.
We're twinning.
Look at that.
Oh, my gosh. It's okay.
Whatever.
It's all right.
You're Jersey.
Jersey.
We have something.
Jersey, yes.
Guess
There
that's
you go.
something.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.